The soft key, you touch it, it show you. First one is the battery voltage. If you touch again, it will show you the battery 100%. Please to take that with a grain pinch of salt. Hello guys, I am Alexander. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be looking at the BougeRV 40 amp charge controller. Please remember to subscribe and click on that like button. The BougeRV 40 amp charge controller. We will be taking a brief look and see what makes it thick. Too bad I cannot pull it down because it was sent to me to be reviewed only. So I can pull it down to see what's inside of it or what make it thick. However, let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. The spec of this charge controller are follows. It is a 40 amp MPPT charge controller. It supplies flood acid battery, seal acid battery, lithium battery, and any other battery type thereon. The PV input is 150 volt maximum. It's a kicker. This charge controller can only supply 12 volt or 24 volt. The other brand remarkably can supply 12 volt, 24 volt, 48 volt, and 36 volt. It also comes built-in Bluetooth app, which you have to connect your phone to that Bluetooth app to change any parameter or to make any changes that you want in the charge controller. It cannot do from that soft touch button, but from directly in the app. You have to go into your Play Store and look for that app called Charger Pro. Download that app. Any one of your app store, Android or OS, you can download the Charger Pro app and it works perfectly from your phone, and that's where you get to change all your parameters, and you'll soon see as we get in more details. The charge controller is 4.9 inches or 5 millimeter height or 125 millimeter in height, 0.2 inches or 5 millimeter in depth, 6.9 inch or 175 millimeter in length. On the back of the charge controller is a hard aluminum coated white painted inside the box. So guys, this is how my BougeRV charge controller comes to me. It comes with me in two boxes. This is the 40 amps MPPT charge controller from BougeRV. Its packages well firm and nice, and I must say this thing have on a good weight. But anyway, let's see what's inside the box. The manual is very printed and nice paper, and it printed well, readable, legible, and as you can see, for those who does not speak English very well, if you have your other language you can speak, and do not throw this away, it will be useful. Gentlemen, you do not read manual, you wanted to read this one. Inside the box there is a battery temperature. This one is rather for a lead acid battery, and you may need this if you're using lead acid battery. Don't throw it away. Charge controller. Now the charge controller, as you can see in the back, aluminum and thin are very well plated. It will take out a lot of heat. Because this thing produces a lot of heat if it's up to 100 volts. On the top, it tells you its model you're holding in your hand at the moment, and you can see the warning sign. On the side here, there's a ground pole. On the back or bottom, you have the solar input and the battery input. Here is a internet or a phone jack type. Don't know what it's for, but it is there. And here's for the battery. So you plug this one to sense your batteries. On the front, more like a tempered glass. plastic type, and here is the touch pad, which we call a soft key. At the top, indicator light go green when the solar is connected, and here the battery light when the battery light go connected. And here we have the fault indicator that indicate green if something go wrong. Display screen. Let's remove this filter. Underneath here are where the screw live, or it's simple. It is held on by a magnet. You just simple hold this little thing right here and pull up, and the magnet remove. See it? The magnet will remove, and you can get to your screws to screw your solar or battery wire on. Basically, that's the charge controller in itself. Think this way approximately. Now remember, when you're connecting your solar and battery to your charge controller, always connect the battery wire first. Never connect your solar wire, always the battery wire first. Once you connect your battery wire first, then you will get a display that the battery is on, and to tell you what about the battery at. Then you can connect your solar wire. Once you connect your solar wire after, you're good to go. Since there is nothing much about the solar controller, about the solar charge controller, because it's simple, we're going to hook it up and then we can get some more information on what's going on inside here. But before, remember, we have to connect our phone to the app. Your app, as I tell you before, is in this manual by a RF code. You can scan that RF code on your phone, and it will take you right directly to your app store where you download that app. The app is called Charger Pro, just in case. So we are going to download this app, and we are going to go in more details and see what this charge control tells us about itself. Alright guys, let's go. Sorry for the darkness. This is what under the panel look like after 7 years. So what we're going to do, some of these are hanging down, that doesn't connect as yet. We're going to connect 4 of them in parallel. But first, safety come first. We have already got isolator switch right here. We're going to switch it off. Make sure there's no current going downstairs. And to do that, we have to go back downstairs to check physically. Alright, so after series up 4 panel, let's see what we have here. So this is the plus, negative, and positive, and our voltage meter shows us 139 volts. So we're going to connect this to the charge controller downstairs, and let's see what it will produce. Once again, I want to apologize for the wind being blowing outside, but here we're at the charge control. So let's take a good look at the system right here. The soft key, you touch it, it show you, first one is the battery voltage. If you touch again, it will show you the battery 100%. Please to take that with a grain pinch of salt, depending on what your battery saying from your multimeter. Maybe this is a digit half, but don't mind the digit half. Let's press again, and you'll get the temperature probe, which it is showing me 39 Celsius, but the probe is not plugged in anyway. And if you press again, you will get an error code. Now this error code would have get E001, and you will check your manual to see what that would be. However, I do not have any error, so there is nothing for me to check. Press again, you go right back to the battery voltage. Now if you long press, you'll get the flashing, and those are the batteries that can work with this charge controller. And if you press, there's the arrow to go gel, flooded, and it will come right back around. Now I've heard someone said that if you hold down this while it's flashing, you can change the battery parameter. I'm going to tell you that's rubbish. Watch me. If you hold down this, it goes right back to voltage. So don't believe everything that anyone said. You cannot change anything with the soft key. The soft key is only to show you the parameter of what's going on. So you just keep pressing, and if you want to go to the battery, but you cannot change the battery parameter from here. I guarantee you that. Long press and just go right to the battery. There's maybe your only thing you can do is leave it there, and it would have said that's the battery you're using. That's the only choice I see. But anyway, that's the parameter. Simple, easy, and foolproof. For any changes, you have to go into the app. No way! I love these figures. So with the previous connection that I have in series, 4 panel, and it's giving me 137 volts. And you can see and the meter right here, it jumped right to boost. So right away it started to boost, and if you can see the battery percentage and the diagram here, it said 100%. And I'm getting 16.6, 16.8 amps and 240 watts. So this is no doubt an MPPT charge control. So guys, these are the figures, can't lie, and real truth, I am not going to go back and connect this in parallel. I was going to go back in parallel and get a lower voltage and see if it would boost up the amperage, but I think this is perfect because the MPPT is already doing its job. So let's go over to some more graphic right here and see what's happening. This is the graphic, it's not showing anything. It just jumped right up. Look at that, 250%. Look at that charging. That is maximum charging flow. And voltage, let's try this one. So everything else is pretty much low, but that one peaked up. This is what the app looks like when you download it. So you want to have your app somewhere on your phone where you can find it. Once you find your app, once you download the app and you locate the app, you simply tap and the app will open like that. Now once the app open, don't worry about what's on the screen because you have to log in. So to log in, simple, on the top right hand corner, you click on this Bluetooth icon. And in this list, Bluetooth ID list, if you are around anybody else, you see a long line of lists. So you have to be careful of which list you're actually opening. So being as the only PV charger pro is on my phone or in my location, this is the only one. So I just connected and it will connect. Right now looking on the app, you can see right here it's at 35 Celsius. So I trust and hope the battery thermometer is connected and it's working properly. Right here it's at force equalize. So if I want to equalize the battery on its own by forcing it, I just click on this little dot right here and it would have been forced to equalize the battery. My battery is now set at float because nothing is running, it's just sitting there. It's not using right now. No amp going into the battery, now and then it may jump. Battery sit at 13.6 volts and no watts. Move go down low some more, you can see. And for today, this is what happened. The highest volt is at 14.4, lowest volt is at 12.9. The charging amount is 16 WH. Discharge, maximum charge 13 watts. So this has been sitting here from morning, not been using, so it just floating. As we move down to the bottom, you can see some more parameter. So there's 1, 2, 3 parameter on the bottom. Rest at history data. So if I want to go to history, I can go back on the date and I can check back on all the diagram, see which is the highest, which is not the highest, and which is the highest. So now that we're in the diagram, accumulated charging amount. That's the blue line on the top, accumulated charging amount. Green said accumulated discharge, and orange maximum power, highest battery volts, lowest battery volts. All of those are color coded in the diagram. Let's look at the diagram in a different formation. So we click on this, look at that right here, and that's the diagram in a different formation. And it should show you right up time, hours, and minutes of today's. I wanted to change my diagram. I do not want my diagram to show me all of that. It's simple. Go up at the top. So you go on the top, you'll see this drop down bar, device information. You can clear history, language, switch, factory, so you can reset this device right back to factory and all of that. Now if I wanted to change my background, right now it's on a white background, so let's put it on blue background. And I click confirm, and there you go, I have a blue background. Now that looked a little bit too fancy, it's out of the scene, so let's go back up there and change it right back. Switch to theme, let's go to black and see what's happening, press confirm, and it's in a black diagram. This looks more appeal. So now that we look at the diagram there, let's move on to the next one, with parameter setting. Now this is the parameter setting. Remember I tell you that somebody said you could touch the charge controller on itself and change the parameter? That's rubbish. Anything you need to change, you have to change from here. So we click on unlock and we confirm. So it's unlocked, so we can change anything we needed to change. At the moment, I want to sit in an automatic, but said I wanted to change it manually. I just simply click on that and I could change it to flood, seal, lead, gel, acid, or LE, or user. User means the charge control will detect things by itself. That's why it's an automatic. I'm not troubling any of this setting right now, but if I was to trouble it, it's an lead acid battery right now. So we click that one and see it. Then you have to go down here and we click confirm. So we confirm that we change our setting. Basically, that's the only thing you can change in the setting. Basically, that is all for the charge controller. It is simple, easy to understand, limited access. Once you connect it, it's do everything for itself. It's labeled as a smart charge controller. Now feel free to leave a comment in the comment bar to ask me anything else about this charge control, and I will answer you promptly as best as possible. Now please remember to like, share,